folks, it's Justin Sullivan, your friend with Jets. In today's special episode, I'm highlighting 3 solid end-of-the-year buying opportunities to purchase and own a money-making charter jet. All 3 of the options that I'm about to show you cost less than $3 million to acquire outright. This isn't a fractional program. There are no fractional owners in the AJAX Jets program. Owners in our fleet own 100% of their asset. Often, people that I speak with are amazed that you can buy 100% of an airworthy, mid-sized or super mid-sized executive business jet for such a relatively small investment. Today, I'm going to demystify the ownership process and also work to dispel some of the myths and wrong think about my business model. Before getting into the jets, I'm going to get a little philosophical and speak some truth to my audience. This channel, Your Friend with Jets, has gone viral. And in so doing, we've attracted a lot of cash flow investors looking for alternative investments. Many of these investors don't fly privately, and I'm going to tell you that if you don't fly privately, this probably isn't for you. First, executive business jets are not an asset class that have historically made a lot of money. While it's true that in today's climate of dwindling supply, still sky-high demand, operators like us have a great deal of pricing power, which translates to a very juicy operating model for us and for our owners. Hasn't always been that way. It's been a fun year and a half for sure, but current performance, past performance, is no guarantee of future results. Most cash flow investors are looking to finance their investment. It's a bit of a paradox because the very factors that make my business model cool and unique make it very difficult to finance. A quick recap of my business model. We operate a fleet of classic executive business jets born in the 80s and 90s with nice new interiors and upgraded avionics. These jets have been fully depreciated by previous owners. A Falcon 50 for $2 to $3 million compares very nicely to a Citation 10 or a Citation Sovereign for $7 to $12 million, or a Challenger 350 for over $20 million. It's the same charter market, which is so overstuffed with demand and so starved for supply that you'll get the exact same charter throughput on a Falcon 50 from 1990 versus a brand new super mid-sized jet, for the simple reason that you cannot exceed 100% utilization. We make our fleet available in a floating fleet model, meaning our planes don't return to a home base, they stay on the road, and we fly the wings off of them, racking up an average of over 1,000 hours per year per plane for several years running. Let's unpack that. First, it's tough to finance a jet that's older than 15 years, and newer jets like that cost considerably more than these assets. Not only more expensive, but more prone to depreciation. If you spend $20 million on a 2022 jet, you probably don't want me putting 1,000 hours a year of utilization because you don't want to take that depreciation hit. It's actually possible to finance an older jet. It's specialty financed, and I refer you to episode number 2 of Your Friend with Jets with David Burke from Transit Capital Partners, where we go deep into the classic jet finance market. However, aircraft finance process is a lot of work. The due diligence is like nothing you've ever seen, and it can take months to arrange financing. These $2 to $3 million assets trade a lot faster than that, and you're not going to find many owners, many sellers who are willing to wait out that finance process. A quick non sequitur. Let's talk engine programs. These programs, also called Power by the Hour, MSP, ESP, are insurance programs whereby you pay an hourly fee. For a Falcon 50, MSP costs $1,400 per hour for all planned and unplanned engine maintenance. Doesn't pay anything for airframe maintenance, but engine maintenance. In my opinion, these programs can make a lot of sense for a private owner, a low-density owner who's not flying all that much, simply for the peace of mind factor. But in a world where we're putting 1,000 hours a year on a Falcon 50, that $1.4 million that we paid to Honeywell would be better off than our own pockets. None of the Falcons in my program are on engine programs for that very reason. We'd rather keep that money on our side of the ledger. One of the jets that I'm about to show you is in the midst of a major engine service event where it's having 2 engine midlifes and 1 engine overhaul. Looking at these quotes from Kalitta, you'll see that the total estimate for these 3 engines is $385,000, not including the removal and replacement, so call it under $450,000 to give 3 fresh engines with 2,100 hours remaining on them. The engine work works out to $183 per hour compared to $1,400 an hour for MSP. In other words, after 2 years of flying this jet at 1,050 hours a year, you'd have 3 timed out engines, and you would have either spent $2.8 million with Honeywell MSP, or you would have kept all that money and spent under $500,000 for those 3 engine service events. Yet again, the very factor that makes my business model cool makes it tough to finance, because even with David Burke's help, you can't finance one of these planes without an engine program. And that $1,400 an hour would blow apart our cash flow model. Not everybody's doing this to make money, but I am. It may be possible to finance an executive business jet for my model, and I've seen owners do it by tapping a personal line, by tapping a business line of credit, by cross-collateralizing another asset or another piece of real estate. All these things may still be possible. I haven't seen it done in the last 6 months, but it may be possible. But suffice to say that an owner in our program needs to be ready to come to the closing table with cash and potentially finance themselves out of it post-close. The last word for cash flow investors is where I started. Private jets are not an asset class that historically make money. In this climate, people act not for upside, but to avoid downside. And the buyer who's looking at this right is buying a jet to avoid the downside of spending hundreds of thousands or even millions of dollars a year to fly privately on charter and fractional airplanes. And through that lens, avoiding the pain of paying retail rates for net jets and Sentient or charter programs, I can definitely help that high net worth family get out of one of life's most expensive traps. You see, this is a defensive move, not an offensive one. Let's get into the jets. This 1991 Falcon 50 is asking $2,950,000, and it's been a workhorse in my program for years. This jet has it all: a fresh 2022 cabin interior refurbishment, a fresh 6-year airframe overhaul called a C-check, and 3 fresh engines with 2,100 hours remaining on all of them. This top-of-the-line Falcon 50 seats 9 with 6 club seats in a 3-place divan and room in the cockpit for a flight attendant. Installed with Wi-Fi and advanced avionics, this jet is my listing, and we're looking for the next owner who looks at the world through my lens. This Falcon 50 is asking $1,950,000, needing nothing right now but a C-check in 2.5 years. While it does not have a new interior, its interior is perfectly serviceable and on par with the planes in our fleet that have not yet been refurbished. Excellent pedigree, excellent engine times remaining. The cabin's a little bit different. Instead of the standard configuration with 4 in the front and a 3-place couch, it has a J couch in the back. So 5 club seats and a 4-place couch with a forward lavatory. So a little bit different, same performance, same capabilities, and in my judgment, a very nice plane. Great way to get into a Falcon 50 at an attractive entry point. This is a very nice 1990 Hawker 800A, asking $1,850,000 with a nice 8-place corporate interior, ATG 5000 Wi-Fi system, advanced next generation avionics, and 4-hour range. The perfect jet for New York to Florida, Dallas to Florida, Dallas to Aspen, and relatively similar cabin dimensions to a Hawker 800 versus a Falcon 50. What you lack with a Hawker is the performance, so it doesn't have the coast-to-coast range of a Falcon, can't get into short runways, doesn't have a great luggage compartment. The Falcon's got a large external luggage compartment that's perfect for skis or golf clubs. Not so with the Hawker. You can bring suitcases, duffel bags, but it's a great starter jet and, again, a great entry point. These 3 jets are all available, actionable, and perfect for my business model. Now, I realize that a lot of jet centers don't wake up thinking about owning a Falcon or Hawker born in 1990, but it's really about what's available, what's attainable, and what pencils out. I'm here to tell you that these classic jets pencil out in a way that a $20 million Challenger 350 never can. I'd rather own 8 Falcon 50s than that one Challenger 350 and get 8 times the cash flow. Do these ideas resonate with you? Any one of these jets can be your plane for the next 10 years. True story. Let's make it real. Head over to ajaxjets.com/apply to schedule a call with me, and I'll answer all your questions. Thanks so much for playing. Have a great day.